Hey guys, welcome back to Blu-ray Bob's 4K Physical Media Reviews. Today we're back with The Conjuring 4K Steelbook. There's the back with the 307 timestamp. And the front there. One of the infamous scenes from the movie. And there's the 4K disc inside of the steelbook of the nice little exorcism that takes place near the end of the film there. It's crazy, that scene with the chair. We'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, so most of you that are into movies, I would imagine, probably know what this is about, but we'll go into it. It centers around Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are probably probably the most famous first paranormal investigators of our time, of the modern era. This follows them as they are asked to go to a farmhouse and investigate some strange occurrences there. And it goes from there. We introduced Annabelle at the beginning, very briefly, in one of their little seminars. They did that just to establish this universe that's upcoming at this time. This movie was made in 2013. It was the beginning of what they were planning on doing. But yeah, so we get a little bit of Annabelle at the beginning, a little bit of Annabelle at the end. Pretty cool. And preface all of this entire Conjuring universe, this stuff is rooted in true stories, true occurrences, I should say. However, as we all know, it is embellished quite a bit by Hollywood. But that happens. There's a production value that has to be met. We understand that. It is what it is. The pacing and cinematography of this movie is just excellent. It reminds me of an old school, it's set in 1971 and it feels like you're watching something in 1971. It's very well done. I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but the little music box they use has the spiral mirror in it, how they see the spirits behind them. The spiral has to be a homage to Saw, since James Wan did both. Just my opinion, but I noticed that and wrote it down in my review. Thought it was pretty cool. The CGI in this movie is as limited as could possibly be, and that's a good thing. It's very practical when it can be, and it works. It's very good. This, in my opinion, as far as the modern era goes, is one of the most intense, truly scary movies out there. The final arc with the exorcism, it just, her sitting in that chair, the chair goes upside down. Absolute insanity ensues, and I'm all there for it. It was great. The intense imagery of those camcorder segments, too, when they first go down into the basement, and they're thinking they don't see or hear anything. It's just takes you into that moment. You're on an 8mm camera, and it's perfect. This is probably a stretch on my part, and I'll put this in here. But was there a Lost reference in this? After all the things happen at the house, they go out and you see Lorraine Warren sitting in I know it's the 70s, Volkswagen was a big thing, but it's a blue and white Volkswagen van, just like from Lost. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Who knows? I think that when Ed Warren determines that he has to do the exorcism, even though he's not a priest, there's an exchange between him and Ron Livingston. And he says, I'm going to have to do it myself. And the dad, and me being a dad, get this. He's just like, what? I thought you said that couldn't work. And he says, well, you have a better idea. I get that side of it too. Because, what else could you possibly do in that moment? So, very cool. Those birds circling and attacking at the end, once again, probably a homage to Alfred Hitchcock and the birds, but it worked. It didn't feel forced. It felt natural, and it felt cool. But yeah, that's The Conjuring. I would say it's a modern classic. I wouldn't go so far to say a masterpiece, but it really set the tone for some modern horror, and it works. It's very good. I think that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are made for those roles. And, you know, I'm watching this now. I'm going to watch Conjuring 2 soon. Going to watch The Devil Made Me Do It after that. And then the wife and I are going to go watch the new one at the drive-in in a couple weeks. Can't wait for that. Going to be fun to watch that in that environment. But yeah, back to the actors. When you see Ron Livingston in something other than Office Space, he could be doing this to all of these spirits. You know, just kidding, of course. But it was cool to see him in something a little more dramatic, because he's mostly been in nothing but comedy roles. But yeah, the sound, it was just a DTS HD soundtrack 5.1, but it sounded really good on my system. As far as the visuals go, no Dolby Vision, just regular HDR10, but it looks really good. The blacks are inky black. The bright scenes are bright as bright. Looks really good. So I'll give it, audio and visually, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. The movie itself, like I said, modern horror classic, in my opinion. Solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that is The Conjuring. So check it out. It's definitely worth a rewatch after all this time, and especially if you've got the capability for 4K. Okay, so some monumental news here. We made it to 50 subscribers, so that means we're going to give away the Project Pop Art Blu-ray Steelbook Best Buy exclusive of Superbad. So, need a little bit of help from you guys, because I'm unable to actually see who my subscribers are. So what I'm going to need you to do, comment below. You can comment below. Just say hi. Say I want to win. Just give me something, just something funny. It doesn't matter. It's anything. So comment below if you want to be entered in. Also, I have a Facebook page. I'll put that link in the description. That Facebook page is simply Blu-ray Bob. If you want to be entered in for 2 entries, do one here, go over to Facebook, do one there. And then you'll have 2 entries. It's as easy as that. As soon as I get all those entries in, I'm going to give it about a week. I'll put all those names into a randomizer. And then we will go on a live and pick a winner. And we'll get that steelbook mailed out to you. Once again, I appreciate you guys so much for coming along this ride with me. Get me to these 50 subscribers. Let's get to 100. Have another giveaway. Thanks so much, guys. And as always, rock on.